In January 2020, Oral-B launched the Oral-B IO electric toothbrush. In this video, I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of what the IO is and how it compares to existing toothbrushes from Oral-B. Now, I must stress, I have not gone hands-on, nor am I privy to any additional information that Oral-B haven't already announced via their press releases. I'm really just giving my own thoughts and opinions on the IO and how it compares to toothbrushes today and why it might be the future or not. The IO in principle looks very much like any other electric toothbrush, but when you compare it to the existing range of Oral-B toothbrushes, it does look to be a little bit cleaner, sleeker, smarter, and a bit more of an attractive option to actually use. It looks a little bit less clinical and a little bit sort of just generally more appealing as far as electric toothbrushes go. Now, what we can tell from the Oral-B IO in comparison to their existing range of toothbrushes with the likes of the Genius Pro 8000, 9000 and Genius X is that the IO is like the next generation. It's a refinement of what Oral-B already do very well, but taking it to the next level, making it a little bit more current, user-friendly and interactive. Now, I say interactive because a lot of Oral-B toothbrushes are now considered smart, which means they have Bluetooth connectivity, which allows you to connect the toothbrush to your smartphone and get brushing feedback to a free application that they provide. And as far as we're aware, that will continue with the Oral-B IO. But one of the key differences will be on the brush handle itself. It's actually got an interactive display, which should provide some of the key information that you currently get only via the app. And that will mean that from the brush handle itself, you'll get more data about how you brush, how you can improve your brushing with visual feedback, actual graphics and icons, and that will save you necessarily needing to use the smartphone application, and that has to be a positive. It also makes the toothbrush look a bit nicer because you're getting that feedback. You can potentially see what you're doing in real time just from that toothbrush handle. Now, I must admit that's potentially going to be a bit awkward because you have to take the toothbrush out of your mouth to see the visual display because the way you hold a toothbrush means that you can't see the display at the time of brushing, but you get the idea how at the end of the clean it can be more useful. Now, the overall design and look is similar, but the brush head has suggested to be slightly redesigned, so that'd be interesting to see how that compares. The brush head looks to be very much like the cross-action brush head that we already have available from Oral-B, but perhaps a slight refinement there to allow for better cleaning action. Now, the brush is suggested to have 7 cleaning modes. Up until now, we've had a maximum of 6 modes on the toothbrushes, so I'm not sure what that 7th mode is actually going to be. There's talk of customization, which you can already do to some extent through the app, so maybe that's where the 7th mode comes in. The brush will have a built-in timer and pacer, as we come to expect. It also has a built-in pressure sensor, so you'll get a light that illuminates usually red to alert you if you're brushing too hard, so that still exists. You will have a built-in rechargeable battery. Oral-B are already suggesting the battery life is going to be around about 12 and a half days, which unfortunately for me is a little bit disappointing when you consider a lot of the competition are offering battery lives of a minimum of 2 weeks, really. Many are offering 3, 4, 5 weeks or even months in some models. And Oral-B have always been a little bit behind in terms of battery life, offering 1 to maybe 2 weeks. So 12 and a half days seems a bit weak because I like the idea of going away on vacation and not having to take a charging stand. So if I go for 2 weeks, I know my toothbrush is going to last. But there's plenty of time between now and an official launch, so that battery life may change. It would be nice though if Oral-B upped it. And in connection with the battery life, they're having a new magnetic charger. I don't know precisely what that means. I think it just means when you put the toothbrush on the charging stand, there'll be like a magnetization, so it'll actually hold to the charging stand a little bit better than it does currently, but we'll see when we actually go hands-on with it. Now, another big difference is the motor that's going to be into this toothbrush, and I think that's one of the key drivers in terms of the way these brushes will differ. It's going to have what they call a frictionless motor, which will be a little bit different to the motor they've already got in their electric toothbrushes. I'm not aware of all the technicalities, but what this should ultimately mean is there's less noise from the toothbrush, so it's quieter in everyday use, which is a good thing because Oral-B brushes are quite loud in use, and that's a bit of a negative at the moment. And I believe it's also going to make a slight difference in the cleaning performance and the way that works. There's going to be micro pulses or something now in comparison to the pulsations we had previously. But obviously we'll provide more information on that as and when we get hands on and more information comes out about that. There should also be like artificial intelligence built in. That's part of the visualizations that you'll get back on the screen of the toothbrush. And that'll be because sensors are built into the brush handle and give you more information on how you're cleaning in real time, so you can ultimately improve your oral health. And that's what it's all about, improving your oral health, giving you more feedback at the time you're using it so you can take better care of your teeth and gums. We do believe that there will also be a travel case provided, so that should hold the toothbrush and at least one brush head. Oral-B have previously had travel cases that allow you to charge the brush in the case. I'm not sure whether this will be applicable here. So ultimately, all things considered so far with what we know about the Oral-B IO, there's no revolutionary jump forward in brushing technology or the way that you use the toothbrush. The IO is about giving you more feedback there and then as you're using the toothbrush or immediately after, with a lot less hassle to make you take better care of your teeth, because the better care you can take of your teeth and gums, potentially the cheaper your dental bills are and what have you. So it's got to be a positive. Now, the danger with these sort of key features is the price of the electric toothbrush. Inevitably, toothbrushes like this are going to be more expensive because of all the tech built in. If I had to hazard a guess, it's probably going to be around about £150, $150, maybe $200. Obviously, this is just a guesstimate based on current electric toothbrushes. Typically, you can get a perfectly good electric toothbrush for £30, $50 that'll do the job and is more than adequate, but you don't get all these high-end features. So you're probably going to be paying for it. At the moment, we expect it to launch in August 2020. We aim to go hands-on with the Oral-B IO as soon as it is available. So stay tuned to this channel. Click subscribe to get notifications of our new videos. If you found this video useful and giving you an overview of the IO, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And until next time, thanks for watching.